I truly believe the higher-ups at Marvel despise Cloak, from the Cloak and Dagger duo. Like, just Cloak specifically as if they have something against him. For starters, I'll give you a quick rundown. Cloak has darkness powers. Dagger has light powers. 1. Here's the first of the bullshit. Dagger and Cloak are supposed to be a duo with an extreme bond. That's fine. But for some reason Cloak can't live without Dagger being around because due to his power that he has no control over, he has a never-ending hunger for light. 2. It's an occasional plot point for other characters to want to help them with their problem. The problem is that Cloak needs constant light energy, or else he'll die, and Dagger needs to constantly use her power so that she doesn't overload with light and die. But she doesn't need Cloak to do this. The thing is, these characters that want to help them usually only give a damn about Dagger specifically, because she can live without Cloak, meaning her problem is easier to solve. Understandably, the thought of people helping and stopping Dagger from the need to constantly use her power and being free from having to stick around Cloak, who's a living light vacuum, would lead to Cloak having an inevitable death since no one else can give him all the light he needs. The thought of this scares him, rightfully so since he'll die without her, and causes him to push people away. Even though Cloak doesn't own her and has no right to hog Dagger to himself, writers tend to make him seem like a huge jerk for wanting to live. And keep in mind, he's never gone to extreme lengths to keep her around him as if he owned her. This is so sad and stupid to me that writers never write anyone to feel bad for Cloak's situation ever. It's always people want to help Dagger specifically since she is easier to help, but then it just leaves Cloak in a, "what about me?" mindset. The poor guy needs help too, not just Dagger. For some reason, Dagger is allowed to have romantic moments with other heroes, but Cloak just isn't allowed to. So on one hand, the only romance Cloak has was a quick, forgettable one that he had with some random girl after him and Dagger were briefly split up. On the other hand, Dagger has kissed both Spider-Man and Agent Venom before. Cloak has never been allowed to have romantic moments with any other existing hero that isn't Dagger before. Also keep in mind, it took her around 30 years after Cloak and Dagger's first comic for Cloak and Dagger to be allowed to have a romance, and Cloak finally got the chance to have a romantic moment with someone. Then we have the live-action show, which was cancelled after 2 seasons. Coincidentally, on the last episode, the exact episode where Cloak and Dagger bond and hold hands. With the way writers write him, it's almost as if there's someone behind the scenes trying to make sure the poor guy doesn't catch a break.